Welcome to week 6 of OIS 1240. And this week in Word, we're going to be working with some things that you might actually be using in classes pretty soon, which is how do you collaborate in documents? So if you're on a team project, how can you use Word then to share documents and know what other people are doing with the same document? And also, we're going to be talking about how do you cite your sources and use the tools in Word to accomplish that. So your assignments, you're going to do the Word Chapter 3 Grader project, which is mail merge. You're going to read Chapter 4 and do the quiz, and then you're going to do the video tutorial that will take you through how do you do set comments and track changes and do some of those things in Word. And I'm going to go through how do you do the citing of sources in this video. You also have a discussion board on the soft skills video, making ethical choices, and you are going to finish an APA practice report that you're going to be submitting using the tools to practice and to do the citations. So to get started, I'm going to start with the citation. So I'm going to go to some text that you might have for a paper. So this is paper text. Maybe you did this and now you want to format it. Some of the things that you're going to need to do. Well, first of all, you're probably going to want the whole document double spaced, and you're going to want to make sure the paragraphs are indented. So to double space the entire document, I'm just going to do the Control A. Control A selects everything. So it's a shortcut key I use all the time. You've done double spacing, you can set that up. The thing to watch for after you do double spacing is you probably are going to have some extra spaces between paragraphs. I have my Show Hide button on, so I would just find those enters and delete them throughout the document. You also want to go to all the paragraphs and make sure that you have that first line indent on. So you can either use the slide on the ruler to slide that to a 1/2 inch, or if you go to the paragraph format, you can just do the first line indent there, which does a 1/2 inch by default, and that will also indent those paragraphs. You'll need to put a header on. And again, when you go to header, there are all kinds of styles that you can use. So I'm just going to do my insert and my header. And I want to use not any of those styles. I'm just going to go to edit header. That gives you the most control, because normally what you're going to have to do is have in your header your last name and the page number right aligned. So I'm going to go to the Home tab, do my right alignment, go back to my Design tab for the header, type my last name, a space, and then to do the page number, always use the page number on the Design tab for the header and footer. That way you get a page number in that will change. I always do current position plain number, because you don't want it formatted or have a big box around it. That's not what your instructor is going to want. Then to make sure that it doesn't appear on the first page, you just come up and click this different first page. That will take it off the first page, but as we go down to the next page, you'll see that it's on there. Now it's page 2 and it'll go to page 3, etc. So I just wanted to point those out. Those are a couple things you're going to have to do. We've already talked about. I'm going to close this out. Now, when you want to add a source, so let's say that I'm going to do a source from a web page here. I'm going to go to my references. All of this is under references, and you make sure that you have the correct APA setting in here. So we're going to use the APA. And I'm just going to choose that one. And then I'm going to do my insert citation and add a new source. the thing that you have to do when you add a new source, the biggest thing is make sure you have the correct type of source. So you can scroll through here. I have a web site that I'm going to be citing, and then it gives you the things that you should fill in. Now, you don't always have everything here. So if I go to my website, which is here, it doesn't have an author or anything like that. If it doesn't have an author, then what we're going to do is we're just going to come back and leave that blank. The other thing is sometimes it's a corporate author. So if it's a corporate author like Microsoft Corporation or something like that, make sure you click here and put it in there. So it doesn't try and treat it like a name where, like if I type in John Doe, it will turn it around to be Doe, John. We don't want it to do that with a corporate author, so we would want to put that here. So let's say that it's Ren Isaac. That's the corporation. So I would put it in like that. Name of the web page, if it has one. So I would type that in. Name of the website. So the name of the website is Microsoft would be the name of a website. Using Office would be the title of the web page. So it's the overall website. The year, if you know, the month, any of those things that you would have if those were in there. If they're not in there, don't put them in. Then the URL, you can type that in, or you can simply go to the page, click on the address, and actually you can right click on it or do Control C and just copy it from there and put it back in here. And then if you've got that, just click OK. It puts the citation in here and you are ready to go. Now, if you want, you can also do Manage Sources and add your citations here. So you could do New and add your citations all at the beginning. Now I'm going to copy one over so I have more than one. And if you want to reuse the citation, maybe the same thing, you can go to another paragraph and insert citation. And if it already exists, you can just pick that and it will put it in. When you get all done, we're going to go to the end of the document. And I'm ready to create my list of resources. So I'm going to start a new page. You can insert new page. I always use the Control plus Enter to start a new page. So I'm starting a new page. When we list the references, remember this is called a bibliography. So go to Bibliography, and you're going to insert the bibliography. I just go down to Insert by Bibliography, which doesn't give me a title or anything. And it has my bibliography in there. And then I can come up here and type in my title, which they want references, center that, bold it, whatever your instructor wants you to do, you would do that. Now, what they want is when you get to these, they want them double spaced with a hanging indent. By doing insert bibliography, I've already got that hanging indent, and I can look on my ruler. The hanging indent means that the first line hangs out over the second line. But that's already done for me, so I don't have to do that. I can check my spacing, make sure that's set to double spacing, and I'm good to go. So that's the references. If you have any questions, again, email me early in the week, and that's what you're going to be doing.